What exactly does serverless mean? You've probably heard this term with platforms like Vercel, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Cloudflare, Netlify, and a bunch of platforms. Now, you might think that serverless means there are no servers involved, but that is not actually true. There are servers involved. It's just called serverless because you are not the one maintaining those servers. A simple analogy you could use to understand serverless is owning a car and using a ride-sharing service. Now, if you buy a car, there are so many responsibilities you have with that car. You have to get gas for the car, maintenance, insurance. In some cases, you even have to pay for car parks. But then if you're using a ride-sharing service, you're not responsible for these other things. All you care about is going from one location to another. Now, when you bring that concept to serverless, you have traditional server setups where you buy a server. This could be a physical or a virtual server, and you're responsible for things like setting up, configuration, scaling, updates, maintenance, load balancing, and many other things that you might need for your server to handle the traffic that you expect or to just handle your business logic. Now, how does serverless come into this? Well, with serverless, you no longer care about all these things. All you care about is actually building your application. So all you care about here is your business logic, your customers, and the things you have to do. So with servers, you care about building your application, but these other things. But with serverless, you don't care about that. And this is what these platforms, Vercel, Google Cloud, Azure, this is what they try to provide. And one of the beautiful things about serverless is that you only pay for the things that you actually use. Now, in traditional server setups, even if your server isn't handling a lot of traffic or you're not getting a lot of users or it's not doing a lot of stuff, you are still paying for things. Now, in some cases, that can be very good. Like in cases where you expect a certain amount of traffic, a traditional server setup would be very good because then you already pay for the resources that you expect to use. But if it's an application setup where you don't really know what traffic to expect, these manual setups and configurations can be time consuming, but again, it still depends on if a company has the resources to maintain those things or not. Now, with serverless, you don't have to worry about these things. You only have to worry about paying for the platform as much as you use the platform. And this is one of the selling points of serverless services offered by different platforms. In this case, the platform that offers these serverless services, they are responsible for upscaling the servers, load balancing, and a bunch of other things that makes the servers optimized to handle as much traffic as your application gets. Now, when you look at traditional server setups and serverless setups, which one is better? Well, there is no hard rule on which one is better. There have actually been some cases where some people used serverless services and then they ran into bills that they did not expect. With traditional servers, you already pay for a fixed set of resources. So in this case, you cannot really expect an unexpected bill. At most, your server would crash if it gets a lot of traffic that it cannot handle. But with serverless, your application would most likely never crash because the serverless platforms handles that for you. But in the process of handling all that traffic that you might not expect, then you might run into a lot of bills. This is why platforms like Vercel introduce things like spend management. Here you can see serverless infrastructure can instantly and infinitely scale. So with this spend management, you can now instantly take action when your usage increases with spend management and SMS notifications. Cloudflare offers something similar with workers usage notifications. With workers usage notifications, you proactively get relevant usage information directly in your inbox, and then you can take the next action so that you don't run into unexpected bills. That's the idea of serverless. There is no one size fits all. It really depends on how much responsibility you are ready or willing or have the resources to take when it comes to either managing your own servers or letting the serverless platforms take care of that for you. I hope this video helps you understand serverless concepts more. Let me know in the comments which other web development related concepts you'd like to understand better. Kindly like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and see you in my next video.